Welcome to Kairi TV News. I am your presenter, Donella Revere. Here are the stories making the headlines. Prime Minister Roosevelt Kairi announces new measures for national development. Dominica wins 2 matches in the first night of the Caribbean Boxing Championship. And the Dominica-Cuba Friendship Association salutes the historic visit of Cuba's president to CARICOM. We will be back with more details of these stories and more after the break.
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering? How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kairi Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need: PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050. Kairi Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
Thank you for staying with us. We begin news that Prime Minister Roosevelt Kairi has announced new measures in several key areas of national development. Nathaniel Duran has that story.
During the cabinet swearing-in ceremony on Tuesday, Mr. Skerritt revealed that better facilities and assistance will be provided to seniors and differently abled persons. There will also be a paradigm shift in education to focus on national priorities to better serve Dominica's development goals. One such area, the Prime Minister says, will be the bonding of persons who are awarded government scholarships, the shifting of resources to boost vocational and technical training, a greater focus on combating chronic non-communicable diseases, and the reintroduction of primary healthcare nurses to work at the community level.
I want to say to those of you who have been receiving scholarships from the government to study overseas, with immediate effect, you will all be bonded. Everybody will be bonding. If you get, you must give back. And we shall focus on our national priorities. If you want to study, you study what the country says it needs. If you have your money, you study what you want. This is a free country. But if you're going to get money from the Treasury of Dominica, you shall be given help to study what the country needs. So these things are coming into effect. We're going to shift a lot of resources to technical vocational education. We need skills in Dominica. Too many of us are waiting for an electrician to come to do a basic wiring first. Too many of us cannot find a decent plumber. You have one plumber, he gives you half a day, he gives somebody half a day, he gives somebody an hour, he gives somebody 2 hours. We cannot build a country if we do not have those skill sets in our country.
In his address, the Prime Minister highlighted the need to boost food security with a focus on market penetration to promote local products on available markets. He also spoke to investments in the blue and green economy with research in oceanic studies to better benefit from Dominica's vast marine resources. Mr. Skerritt says this new administration will demand accountability in the public service as part of the national reset and announced that a 15-year national development plan will be rolled out to ensure continuity in achieving the country's development goals.
Things will be done differently in many respects. Things will be done with greater speed in all respects, with greater efficiency and a greater accountability. And finally, one of the things I want to share with you we'll be doing is that we intend to develop a 15-year strategic plan for our country, to treat our country more as a corporation, in a sense, and have it more of a business-like approach. And so we'll be engaging in consultations. We've already been speaking to an international firm who will assist us in drafting this, and they will come into Dominica and be part of the consultations we're having across the country. And so that we can all buy into where we want our country to be in the next 15 years and what are the actions we need to take over the course of these 15 years to achieve those objectives. So it is clear, it is transparent, it is participatory, it involves all stakeholders, and all of us will sign on to it as a country. This is where we want a country to go. Because one of the challenges we have as a government is the shifting of the goalposts by you, the citizens. Today you want that. When we give it to you, you are so scared, but what about this? And you forget that we have done that. And then we say, well, what happened in Dominica? Nothing happened in Dominica.
Mr. Scarrett says the development of culture in all areas also will be advanced as an export commodity, as Dominica seeks to strengthen ties with foreign and local partners, building bilateral and multilateral agreements for trade and investments. Nathaniel Durand, Kairi TV News.
Switching gears now to agriculture, white potato farmers in Dominica better equipped to reap more success from the industry.
The white potato calendar is out, and the Ministry of Agriculture and officials of the World University Service of Canada (WUSC) program, Sustainable Agriculture in the Caribbean (SAC), were presented with the package. It is reported that currently the Division of Agriculture is engaging approximately 215 farmers for the 2022-2023 white potato season, which, according to officials, is a historical event in that there has been 100% increase in the quantity of seeds coming into the island. It is estimated that the white potato project started with 32 acres cultivated, which has been increased to 70 acres with a number of new farmers coming on board the program. Dr. Nadia Paquet-Anselm of WUSC SAC project says the white potato subsector can play a key role in developing Dominica's agriculture industry.
The white potato subsector has been recognized by WUSC Caribbean as one of the integral and critical market systems for which women and youth can participate in. It is also an integral and important aspect of development for the country as well, in terms of the Ministry of Agriculture and the Ministry of Trade recognizing this subsector as one of the most important ones in terms of engaging producers and of course contributing to the economic development and the livelihoods of our rural communities. So over the years, we've done so much as it relates to getting the sector to where we are. And Mr. Leslie would have highlighted critically the need for continuous work. I believe we've not only extended the production aspects in terms of the acreage, but we have also extended the inclusion and the involvement of so many producers across Dominica. We've extended white potato production from the south to many other areas, Calibishi, for example, the central agricultural regions, and we've extended the ability for many to grow.
100 calendars were handed over to the ministry, and WUSAC will provide the electronic version for further dissemination.
In other matters of national interest, Dominica secured 2 wins on the opening night of the Caribbean Boxing Championship.
Night 1 of the Caribbean Boxing Championship got underway Tuesday with 23 teams from across the region to compete in the ring to determine which country will emerge victorious. President of the Dominica Boxing Association DBA, Job Joseph, says while the turnout was less than enthusiastic, Dominican boxers have shown the potential to be in the top 3 performances in the Caribbean. Dominica's team won 2 out of 3 matches in Tuesday night's preliminary round, and Joseph believes this is a great indicator of Dominica's skill level in this competition.
Dominica had 3 matches tonight. We came up on top in the first one, we lose the second one, and we win the third one by a TKO knockout. I not expect that Dominica wanted to witness that, because that was a highlight of the night. And I think we'll get better and better. As I said that, I'm not scared, but Dominica can actually win or come in the top 3 in the Caribbean Games, which we never did before. And we can break a record and be in the top 3. And that is a message to the rest of the Caribbean.
The Caribbean Boxing Championships will take place nightly at the Windsor Park Sports Stadium and end on Saturday, 17th December.
You're watching Kairi TV News. Stay tuned for more after the break.
Play Multi-X on Pick 4, Daily 3 and Pick 2 and be part of our Multiply Your Christmas promotion. For every $4 spent on your game of choice with Multi-X, you get a chance to win goodies this Christmas. Your ticket will indicate whether you have won hams, turkeys, petrol vouchers, grocery vouchers, and instant cash prizes. What are you waiting for? Let Dominica National Lottery make everything possible for you this Christmas season. Play Big 4, Pick 2, and Daily 3. Don't forget Multi-X and watch us multiply your Christmas. Promotion valid from December 12, 2022 to January 14, 2023.
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering? How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kairi Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need: PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050. Kairi Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
Welcome back to Kairi TV News. The Dominica-Cuba Friendship Association and the Guild of Cuban Graduates salute the historic visit of the Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel to the Caribbean region.
President Canel's visit to the region was to celebrate 50 years of relations between CARICOM and the Republic of Cuba. Damian Dublin of the Dominica-Cuba Friendship Association and the Guild of Cuban Graduates says this relationship has over the years proven to be very beneficial to the Caribbean region, especially in terms of the development of its human resource and exchange of medical personnel.
We have graduates in all spheres of development. We think this relationship will continue to grow, and we want to use this opportunity to express our solidarity with Cuba as together we seek to get the 60-plus year inhuman embargo lifted. We also call for the removal of Cuba on the list of countries which sponsor terrorism. We are saying that Cuba has done only good to the world, and the contribution to humanity during the COVID crisis is tantamount. We have seen the Cuban Medical Brigade performing tasks in Africa, in all parts of the world where they are needed. So we are saying, in this day and age, cooperation, peace is the preferred method of development.
Mr. Dublin says the Dominica-Cuba Friendship Association also participated in an online meeting with the Cuban Institute for Friendship with the Peoples and the rest of the Caribbean region.
In a meeting with the president of ICAP, Mr. Fernando Gonzalez, in which all the Cuba Friendship Associations expressed solidarity and exchanged ideas as to better in the relationship with ICAP, the Cuban Institute for Friendship with the Peoples, and the rest of the Caribbean region. We also participated via Zoom in an activity to celebrate this 50 years of the Cuba-CARICOM relations, where a number of thematic areas were looked at, and the future of the relationship and how we can strengthen it. So we want to, on behalf of government and people of Dominica, we know the government has expressed its solidarity with Cuba against the economic blockade and has maintained this very important relationship with Cuba. We want to once again express our solidarity with Cuba and sincerely hope that very soon this blockade will be lifted.
And the first responders and community disaster response personnel have improved their skills on how to respond to adverse seismic activity.
Efforts are underway to ensure Dominica stands ready to respond to adverse seismic activity, which may come with volcanic eruptions and earthquakes. Management teams of the regional emergency shelters in Castle Bruce, Jimit, and Layu, along with other members of district and community disaster management committees and emergency operators for communities across the island, attended training sessions at the Office of Disaster Management, ODM, facility in Jimit. Volcanologist Davita James says it is important to provide training for emergency operators to improve their knowledge and ability to manage emergency shelters and communications in the context of volcanic seismic events to reduce the negative effects on the lives of community members.
I think this training was really important because a lot of focus and emphasis on hazard preparation and preparedness in Dominica is on hydromet hazards, and our geologic context in Dominica means that we are prone to a variety of other hazards, in addition to hurricanes and flood hazards. So it's good to have awareness and training on volcano and earthquake hazards so that our shelter managers and shelter management teams have an understanding of what to expect in the case of those events.
Participants in the training saw the value of the information on volcanoes and seismic hazard presented to them, as it helps build community resilience. Attendees also recognized the importance of always being prepared for the possibility of non-seasonal hazards such as earthquakes and volcanoes.
I think this program or workshop was important because education is the best way to help persons to be resilient without knowing what to do when the disaster strikes. Then people panic. This session on volcanic seismic shelter management and radio communication was very important because too many times we focus on hydromet events, and this aspect is actually one of the background of Dominica's our whole formation of the island. And so this is something we tend to neglect, but it is ever present, and so we want to be prepared when the time comes.
Dominica has the highest number of potentially active volcanic centers in the Caribbean.
You're watching Kairi TV News. Stay tuned for a recap of the headlines right after this.
Are you looking for that perfect setup for your conference, seminar, or company function? Or maybe you need a low-budget setup for your party, dinner, or private gathering? How about that professional production for your grand concert, festival, or outdoor event? Kairi Sounds is here to provide you with everything you need: PA system, stage, lighting, microphones, tents, LED digital screens, generators, projectors, crowd barriers, and more. We also offer free event consultation to ensure the success of your special event. Call us today at 612-4050. Kairi Sounds, your partner in sound, stage, and lighting services.
To end the news, the headlines again. Prime Minister Roosevelt Kairi announces new measures for national development. Dominica wins 2 matches in the first night of the Caribbean Boxing Championship. And the Dominica-Cuba Friendship Association salutes the historic visit of Cuba's president to CARICOM. Tune in to 107.9, 93.1, 91.1 and 88.7 to catch our radio newscast at 6:30 a.m., 1 p.m. and 5:30 p.m. Monday to Friday. Tune in to Flow Channel 953 at 8 p.m. Monday to Friday to watch our TV newscast with repeats at 10 p.m. and 8 a.m. Like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Kairi FM. Check us out on Instagram at Kairi FM and follow us on Twitter at Kairi FM Dominica. On behalf of the entire production team, I am Tonella Riviere. Thank you for watching.